Hey, everybody, Jeff Holiday, watching another Lauren video. And I really wasn't too necessarily sure on if I was going to record a Lauren video this soon after coming back because, one has to kind of like, you have to space out your brain damage, otherwise it could be a little bit too overwhelming. But this is a video that she made apparently called "What Do Men Find Attractive?" And holy freaking fucking God, do I need to know what Lauren thinks men think is attractive. I need it. I need it in my life. I need it now, right into my veins. Let's go.
Hey, Lauren here. Let's talk about what men find attractive in women. Because according to at least some metrics, it's pretty different from what the media says men should find attractive in women, or the concept that beauty is completely subjective. We're going to be going...
Oh, interesting. Okay. So there's a bit of an issue here because, yes, there is a long, complicated history when it comes to how media and beauty standards are marketed. But I'm very curious. What exactly is the source that she's going to be using for this? So let's see.
Going over a thread today by the user Evil Vizier that I thought had some really interesting insights. And I do want to say that I actually became aware of this thread because the podcast of the Lotus Eaters did their own segment about it.
So she got it because Sargon's little gaggle fuck of twinks decided to talk about this thread. Now, I'm curious. I want to see if I can get the for that person because I'm sure somebody named Grand Vizier is totally wholesome and there's nothing weird on their Twitter at all. So we'll see.
Definitely go subscribe to those guys and check out their video on it. They're one of the podcasts that I listen to pretty much every day. Big fan of theirs. But I thought it would be interesting to bring my insights to the table because I am actually, a woman. And yeah, it's, a little bit harder to call me sexist. Not impossible, as I have found. There are still those who try, but it's harder. Now,
I'm not going to call you sexist. I'm going to call you an idiot.
Someone who's talked about beauty quite a bit on this channel. What I often hear from postmodernists, progressives, the left in general, and even some conservatives or people on the right is that beauty is subjective.
Yeah, beauty is absolutely subjective. The very concept of it is subjective. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
One body type is not more desirable than another body type. And really, what is beauty in the first place? And to be clear, the reason why I talk about beauty isn't because I'm trying to be superficial or shame anybody.
You just naturally are. And you shame people all the fucking time, Lauren. Come on. Half your fucking channel is the most basic bitch, boring shaming shit. Come on, man.
But I actually think that, aesthetics, beauty in general, it's one of the things that makes life wonderful and gives it, that little extra sparkle. I think it's something worth pursuing. But unfortunately, I think that beauty is under attack by the same people who are also trying to undermine other important aspects of life, like the family, like religion. And I know everyone's not...
Wait. Hey. Okay. All right. I don't know what the fuck that has to do with anything. I don't know what no. Women are more concerned with women's bodies than men? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not going to look like a supermodel or anything like that. And when I talk about beauty, that's not really what I mean. I more just mean that we should all take pride in the way we present ourselves and
sure. But that also can be subjective.
Try to be the best that we can be. And does that mean everyone looks like Brad Pitt? No, because obviously some people just aren't built like that. I don't look like Monica Bellucci, even though I wish that I did. But that doesn't mean that aesthetics in general aren't worth striving for, whether that's us being encouraged to work out more, to be fit, the way we dress, or even heck, the way we design our buildings. So that's just my perspective. But what we hear from the postmodernists, at least when it comes to something like body type, is that, it's not really fair to say that someone who is 150 pounds is more attractive than someone who is 400 pounds because, back in the day, the Venus de Milo was a little curvy and,
I have never heard that. I have never, ever heard that. I'm assuming she's using postmodernists in just some, weird esoteric term, like woke or fucking neo-Marxism, blah, blah, just whatever easy way to just kind of label people that you want to make fun of. But the problem is that the closest thing of a sentiment to that I've ever seen is people saying things like fat can be beautiful. Okay? And it can. It can. Absolutely, because beauty is subjective, and some people find like fat people to be very beautiful. In fact, some of them, that's their ideal. And you know what? Good for them. That's their choice. That's their taste. That's what they like. I mean, I wouldn't even say necessarily choice. Like that, it's how do you quantify whether or not you have that emotional impulse towards seeing somebody and their body type, and it has that physiological response, you know? So that's the closest thing I can think of. But this framing it as like there's some people that make this claim that everybody is the exact same beautiful. I've never heard it, and it would be very dumb if somebody said that.
Marilyn Monroe wore a size 8, so therefore morbid obesity is hot. And it's like, obviously there's
It is to some people. So what? It is to some people. Who gives a shit? Why do you care?
a lot of leaps being made there. But as this account and this thread points out, if we take a look at some of the representation
Evil Vizier. Okay, let's see. Evil Vizier.
of love goddesses throughout different cultures and history, we notice that they have some things in common. Specifically, they're curvaceous, big boobs, small waist, big hips, but none of them are overweight or obese by any means. And
Okay, and that's kind of a nitpick because I know for a fact that there are plenty of fertility goddesses that are seen as a pinnacle of beauty. 100% were overweight and significantly curvy. Like, you have to understand, too, one of the things that is important to point out is that it also depends on the context of a civilization. If you're in a civilization where it's actually quite difficult to maintain, like, a lot of caloric intake, being overweight is a symbol of status because that means you are able to afford. And that can be very attractive, especially when it comes to marriage, because marriage was never, really about love. It was about land and wealth and power. I'm looking at this dude's Twitter, and it's just a bunch of chicks with huge titties. And him being like, yeah, it's right that I like chicks with huge tits because big tits are in history and boobs with the big tits and the big, like, seriously, just go look at his fucking Twitter. It's some fucking dork. I bet it's a 17-year-old with way too much goddamn time on his hands. He's pretty decently well read, but then he decided he just wanted to make a shit ton of threads explaining why it's actually good, why I like big boobies. I really... Oh, God. He's a blogger, too. Oh, my God. I can smell him sniffing his own farts from here, okay? This is wild. Interesting. Oh, well, anyway.
as this account points out, those statues are from different parts of the world. These weren't people who were in contact with each other, yet they all had very similar ideas of what feminine beauty and, I guess, fertility looked like. And similarly, once more, going by this account, if we look at what animated representations of female beauty look like. And keep in mind, this was before the whole Cal art style became popularized and all cartoon characters looked like blobs. But we see those same characteristics.
It's more from his fucking Twitter. And the boobs are good, actually. Big boobies. Big booba. Big honkin' hooter honkers. Jesus fucking Christ. Shit. He's just trying to be alternative because fat asses are in right now. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah.
Rabbit, Aladdin's Jasmine. Some anime chicks, they all have that curvy body, big boobs, small waist, childbearing hips. And so the point this account is making by comparing this Indian statue to this modern anime chick is that even though the cultures are different and the times in history are certainly different, there are still some things that men find attractive in women that haven't changed. And
okay, first of all, I have to point out something very important, okay? Just because that big swinging mommy milker juicy Juggo's whatever, fuck, Jesus Christ, I can't keep doing this. Just because a bunch of dudes find that super attractive doesn't mean that every dude finds those super attractive. You can like big boobs. You can also like little boobs. You can like medium boobs. You can like all boobs or no boobs. You can like all sorts of shit. As a singular person, you don't have to be constrained to just one body type. Doing so, to me, sounds fucking stupid. Holy shit. Fucking stupid. Like, fellas, guys, if you are ever to get so picky that you would turn down the potential of having a good, memorable, fantastic experience with a lady, because she didn't fit some sort of physical ideal, but otherwise you still find her attractive, you're an idiot. You're a super fucking idiot. It's very dumb. But more so than that, you do know that some chicks like really big boobs too. Some like small boobs. Like these are like, this is so silly. This is so strange. This random Twitter user just wrote this really interesting thing and posted a bunch of pictures of big boobs, and that's why I'm gonna make a video talking about the social ramifications of big boobies. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Just a sec, I'm going to explain why I think this is, but before I do, I want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor,
Nope. No. What is she selling again? Oh yeah, diet shit. Keto. Fucking whatever. All right.
When it comes to men liking that classic hourglass figure, I'm sure there are some feminists out there.
I guess nobody's interested in League of Legends Jinx. I fucking am. Holy shit, man. Like, am I gonna at this point talk about what I find attractive? Nah, you're gonna have to wait for that.
Who will say that's just because of the patriarchy, trying to enforce a certain look to just shame women because men hate women. But if you ask me, there's a lot more to it than that. If you take a look at these features, specifically the boobs, the waist, and the hips, they all speak to female fertility in at least some way. When it comes
it all comes down to making children. To make all the children. It's you see, ladies, if you don't have huge honkin' milkers, wasp waist, and big wide hips, can't have babies. Damn it. Gotcha. Owned with fucking science. God damn, Lauren.
Comes to breasts, obviously little girls don't have breasts, so they are one of the signs that a female has come, through puberty and that they are sexually mature and more.
There are little girls that get their breasts very young. I would never be comfortable even utilizing that terminology when it comes to it. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you got to be careful with these kinds of arguments, Lauren, or you're going to start sounding like you're arguing for something a little more fucked up.
More broadly than that, breasts are a trait that men do not have, so they are a sign of femininity.
Not with that kind of attitude, they won't. What the fuck?
So in a sexually dimorphic species like humans, hate to break it to you, SJWs, but that's what we are, it does make sense for breasts, which are a feminine trait, the bigger they are, the more feminine that a male brain will probably see a woman as. And
No, I'm not going to get there yet. I'll get there.
Brings us to a small waist, which I think can be an indicator of low body fat and just in general being in better physical shape. And of course, with all of these...
Not necessarily. Fucking being super wafy and skinny for many women is dangerous. Like, physically dangerous, You can be too thin. You can definitely be too thin. Then again, there's some women who, because of the natural genetics of their body, are naturally very, very thin, and it's totally healthy for them. I just like this. You have to condense so much and throw out any kind of nuance or context in order to come to these conclusions. It's very weird.
Traits, there is a level of chance when it comes to genetics. You can be perfectly healthy and fit and feminine, but still have, a straighter waist or smaller breast. That doesn't make you less of a woman, but it does mean that you maybe don't have as exaggerated feminine traits, which is just kind of a roll of the dice. Not everybody is going to be considered the top of every category, whether that's attractiveness, intelligence, you name it. And that brings this two wide hips, which again is a trait that men don't typically have. Men are usually more triangle. They have narrower hips because they don't need to get a baby through there. And so, men looking at a woman with wide hips, he's probably thinking, "Oh boy, my kid could just waltz on out of there."
No. I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay. No. If there's a dude who's like looking at women and his first and foremost thought is, I need to make sure her hips are big enough that my babies can just slip and slide out of her fucking vagina, that dude has problems. That dude has a lot bigger things to worry about than whether or not he can get a woman with the big hips that he wants. Like, wow, what in the fuck? That is so absolutely bazonkers. Anybody who thinks like that, I think they struggle to masturbate without crying and asking Jesus for forgiveness. And they probably also have a certain fetishism for certain types of authoritarian regimes. You know, like I'm just saying, man. Like these are not people that are going to be driving forces in the sexual marketplace. All right.
And I know there are going to be comments in this video saying, well, I'm a man, I don't find this attractive, or, my boyfriend doesn't like big boobs, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, of course, I do think there is some degree of subjectivity to attractiveness. And, this post thread, from what I see, isn't saying otherwise either. But I, at least looking at some of the info here, was actually kind of surprised at how ubiquitous some of these preferences are amongst males. Specifically, let's talk about breast size. Because
okay, before we start talking about boobers again, we can also talk about this in relation to where exactly we're examining this. Okay, there are certain commonalities in the genetics of people in disparate older cultures that you can see reflected in some of their art. Okay. There's a reason why you don't have big old fucking hanging cleavage when it comes to, say, the antiquity of, East Asia, okay? Why Indians from India might have some pretty big boobers sometimes, It seems to be genetically kind of a common trait at times. And can some of these, lend towards a certain type of style and tropes? Yes. That's how art works. That's how art and art history works. We're talking about art and then now marketing. We're not talking about this is so fucking weird, man. This is so weird. And all of this is from her just reading, no, not even her, from Sargon and his weirdo goof troop finding a random, probably desperate incels gimmick Twitter account and them trying to it's just so fucking dumb, dude.
Because this poster does explain that both men and women, when you ask them what they find attractive, there is some incentive to lie about it, whether that's to not hurt anyone's feelings, to be polite, to avoid social consequences, you name it. But an area where men don't really have any incentive to hide their preferences for what they find attractive in women is kind of, strangely enough, sex dolls. Right? I mean, they're not trying to impress anyone with that. That really is just for personal use. And so what this thread actually have that is interesting, though somewhat strange, is a chart showing the breakdown of chest sizes in sex dolls by popularity. And what we see is that the largest share of sex dolls, 37% of them, that are...
This is the most scientific thing I've ever seen Lauren try and do. She didn't even do it. And I'm tempted to try and dig through and do a debunking on this guy's sources, But yeah, it's strange because I would never. I've been bold on the internet before. I've been very bold. I don't think I'd ever be so bold as to try and utilize statistics for sex doll purchasers as indicative of the grander society's preferences on physical attributes.
are bought with large breasts. Next, we have medium breasts, which are at 27%, and then small at 21%. And we also have 14% of sex dolls being sold with huge breasts.
See, this is the question. See, this is my economical brain kicking in here. Do the different sizes cost more? Because if they cost the same, obviously, because sex dolls are pretty expensive, not that I know that, then you would want to order the biggest you can because then you're getting more of it. That's economics, right? I don't know. Jesus.
So what that means is that by the numbers, 51% of sex dolls that are sold either have large or huge breasts. And what large versus huge or small or medium breasts means, we actually have some images here.
Whoa! Those are big.
Which I now present to you for science. And as a woman who admittedly is kind of looking at this from an outsider's perspective, I admit even I was surprised at how almost comically large men seem to want breasts to be. And I know that might sound stupid to say, like, what? Newsflash, men like big breasts. But honestly, I was really not aware of just how large men like breasts to be. And I know some...
Man, I hope Lauren never looks up Doug Winger. You'll find out what dude's like real quick. Nah.
Some folks here might say, well, that's not all men. This is just men who buy sex dolls who are clearly, perverts. So that doesn't represent the whole male population. But this poster actually covers that as well. There's also a graph here of how big men like breasts on anime women to be. And again, we have the...
Oh, God. Yeah, that's very indicative of the larger sex of men is anime fans. Yeah, that makes sense, of course.
Biggest result being large breasts. And for this, just do overlays. And also, apparently, when you look for not safe for work images of breasts, the most popular ones that come up are of just absolutely huge ones. And actually, there's an image here that I thought was interesting. That is what the median sex doll looks like. So I guess the most general sex doll, which is most likely to please the most amount of men. And here, again, we see the same figure. Huge boobs, tiny waist, and bigger hips / a butt. And now that body type, it does frankly line up with what we would think of as a quintessentially kind of bombshell type figure. And again, despite the fact that this sex doll is separated from those fertility statues by thousands of miles and maybe thousands of years, we see that they still have a lot in common. But as similar as the sex doll is to the fertility goddess love statues or whatever, what the sex doll is not similar to, ironically enough, is modern images of what a woman should look like. And now I'm not sure if this poster is a man or a woman, but in regard to fashion models having a very different body type than what men conventionally find attractive, I think what's important to note here that this poster maybe doesn't seem to understand is that fashion models are marketed toward women, not men. So when we're looking at what a fashion model's body looks like, I don't think it's necessarily the media trying to brainwash us into saying that men should find super tall.
I like how she's gonna make a split the difference, between like fashion and sexual arousal through like sex dolls, but she's not making the correlation between a religious icon usually used for ritual and ceremony and a fuck doll. Like that, totally comparable. No, yeah, it's totally fine, but look, it's different though because of fashion and like head empty, no fucking thoughts.
Super skinny women attractive. I think it's more that maybe that's the type of body that women like. And I think there's also an aspect to it of high fashion trying to be exclusionary to the max. Doesn't matter how hard you try, you can't be 6 foot tall if you're just not 6 foot tall, especially if you're a woman and you're going to be shorter. And, these extremely thin body types, oftentimes that's just not realistic or healthy for people. So on top of these companies trying to market toward women and not men, women just aren't interested in the Kate Upton body type as much. We also, I think, have the factor of these fashion companies trying to almost give this air
so she's not even going to show a picture of it.
Or saying, hey, look at how special and different we are. We are not like your average person. So that's one form of media representation that's very different from, what men apparently tend to find attractive. But now
Okay, again, we have to talk about this because the only source that she's giving is this random incel's fucking Twitter profile, okay? And I'm feeling pretty confident after seeing that he's trying to justify his big boob fetish by where he's getting his stats from. The only statistic she's basing this off of is a very specific group, not a large group, because that would disprove the point, of fertility goddesses and goddesses in general in antiquity, and sex dolls, and fuck dolls, and hentai. And, that's how she's basing this. And it's so insanely bizarre. It makes absolutely no sense. I don't know how fucking dumb you have to be to think that this is a coherent fucking argument. But it's simple. Look, some people like certain body types to look a certain way, okay? Some guys like fat women. Some guys like thin women. Some guys like medium women. Some like fit. Some like soft. Some like certain hair colors, certain hair lengths, certain hairstyles, sizes of boobs, sizes of butt, waist, whatever, long legs, short legs. Simple as that. The most important thing for attractiveness to really occur is something to be a hook. Now, an incredibly vapid and what's the word? Shit. It's such an easy word. Everybody should tell me it in the chat right now. If you only care about something on a very surface level and there's nothing deeper into it, chat, help me out, because I swear to God, I'm going to feel like a fucking idiot if I can't think up this fucking word. But if you are going to base the very fundamental bedrock for your attractiveness on just something simple as that, hollow's not right. Shallow. Yes, shallow, superficial, vacuous. That's a good one too. Then you're kicking yourself in the ass, because the true nature of being attracted to somebody is something that makes them special to you. Now, yeah, I guess if you just want some woman with giant fucking honkers and whatnot, like they could probably suck in bed. Maybe they're awesome in bed. Maybe there's a personality trait about them that you just can't fucking stand. Maybe their voice is the worst thing you've ever heard in your life, like Lauren's. Who knows? So for me, like, I do not really have a whole lot of like physical preferences. Don't really care. For me, you know what the most attractive thing is for me? Boldness. That's what I like. Boldness. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to be a little meek and get tied up and fucking, like I'm down, I'm cool like that. But something about your personality. Bold. Being bold. I like that. That's what I find the most attractive out of anything. So that's just kind of how it is. Yeah, I mean, and there are definitely some different things too that can like sway baldness. No, boldness. Although I do tend to find bald chicks very attractive. Yeah. But I don't need them to be bald. Yeah, it's kind of like a interesting. But yeah, no, this is hilariously stupid. Even for a Lauren video, because usually Lauren doesn't try boneless. Yes, definitely boneless. I like women with no bones. Bones just get in the way. I need to be able to like tie you up and fold you up, and stick you in a pillowcase and use you like a fleshlight. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, so you I gotta end this video quick. So look, Lauren's videos are always stupid. They're always stupid. But just the fact that she tried to do sort of a scientifically minded video and her source bones. Her source was some random incel on Twitter. Just makes it so much more stupid. And you know what? I'm happy that we did this. I'm happy. I feel like this is time well spent.